My name is Annette Bloch. My main residence is Kansas City, Missouri, but I also reside in the winter in Rancho Mirage, California. My main interest in life is making a difference in people's lives. When I first came here, I was asked to be on the board of trustees of the museum, Palm Springs Art Museum. And I just thought it was a gem, and I still do. I loved it, and it became my first passion because I think we're so fortunate to have this museum in the valley as well as the new Palm Desert Museum. And then I was introduced to the Desert AIDS Project, and I was just in awe of the whole thing. I couldn't believe all they're doing to help AIDS patients. And then I met David Brinkman, the CEO, and I was so impressed with him, with his passion for it and his ability to run the organization, and it became a major second passion. And I just love it, and I think I just gave a cancer center to the Desert AIDS Project because I think it's so important to have it here for them. There's a large gay community, and unfortunately there are too many patients with HIV/AIDS that need to have good care. That's hard to answer because I've been doing it for so long. I feel sorry for people who don't do it because they don't get the joy and the fun and the pleasure of helping people. I would be a loss in my life. I love my family, and it's very important for me to keep my family together. We just came back from Puerto Vallarta, 28 of us, 4 generations. Those little ones are my 7 great-grandchildren. Our board of directors now for our foundation, for the Bloch Cancer Foundation, are our grandchildren. And the executive board are my daughters and myself. Every year we meet in Aspen for a board meeting, and we give each of our grandchildren a certain amount of money, and they have to research charities, and then they send them back to the executive board to be sure that they're legitimate and non-for-profit. And it's been so wonderful how it started slowly, but how they are so into it now, and so many of my grandchildren have personally become involved with the charities of their choice. They cannot spend all the money on one charity, but they have to spend all the money each year. Well, it's very important because after we're not here, who's going to do it? And young people have to be taught that. You know, it's never too early to teach the joy of giving, ever. I think it's one of the most generous giving communities I've ever seen. It's wonderful to see people giving, and that's what makes this whole community so great and so unique. In Kansas City, I did give a very large donation to our hospital there, and I am so proud to say that it's the Annette Bloch Cancer Center. I gave the blood and bone marrow department, which has now grown so much, and I was able to give all the new equipment for the radiation department, and they're one of 5 in the country that have the newest for breast cancer. And I get letters from people that I don't even know thanking me for saving their lives. And you know, if you can save one life in your lifetime, you've accomplished a lot. So I think the biggest thing I've seen in giving is what it's done at that hospital. Well, sometimes you have to have a reason. We started, my husband and I, when He was 52 years old, and he was given 2 months to live with lung cancer. The doctors told him he was very sick, but they were going to make him sicker so that he could work for cancer. And he said, if you do, I will. And they did, and that's when we started. And we were so grateful that he was alive that we knew we had a big debt to pay. And that's what really started our giving. And my husband was a very powerful man, a wonderful man. He sort of led everything and decided what to do. And when he passed away 8 years ago, my daughters were kind of concerned which direction I would go. Would I fall apart, or would I show the power they knew I had? And I found my power, women's power. It's wonderful, and my independence. And this is when I'm having so much fun with it, with the giving. Well, there's so many needs here. There are so many needs, and I felt when I first came here 24 years ago that I was spending 6 months here, and I felt committed to help as many of the needs as possible in the desert. And people have to realize that when they spend time there, they have to give back. And with the economy as it is, for those who can, they should. And those who can't, whatever, just something to give back.